Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliot Pierre, and we're going to start the show off the same way we start every show off, with the moment of gratitude. I know you could be doing a million things with your time, and the fact that you spend it with us truly does mean the world to me, so thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
Whatty up, boss? Welcome to the Mac City Morning Show.
Hey everybody, Keith Simpson here from Norel Toyota. We support the Oil Barons. We've joined the drive-in movie theater. We're involved in the marathon here in Fort McMurray, and that's what makes this community such an amazing place to live.
And we're back. Big shout out to Norel Toyota for being the title sponsor for today's episode. Keith, Fad, Nimmer, and all the boys and girls down at Norel, we really do appreciate your support, so thank you very much. Now on with the show. As you guys know, I don't introduce my guests because they can do a better job at that than I. So can you please tell everybody who you are and what you're about?
Hello, my name is Sherri Herman, and I've been a forever resident of this area. So I grew up here in Fort McMurray and in my nation, Chippewa Prairie.
Okay.
First Nation, just about an hour south of here.
Right.
So I'm also an entrepreneur, a business owner, a mother, a grandmother, and very proud of all those things. And it's been an excellent journey for my career and my adult life. So
Very cool. So let's chat about where you grew up here. So you grew up, like you said, down south and in Fort McMurray. So what schools did you attend while you were growing up?
I was in Westview, St. Anne's.
Okay.
And then Father Merck.
Father Mark, there we go.
Yeah.
That's the right school to go to.
Yeah. Lots
Okay.
of fun, yeah.
Yeah. All right. And now you said you're a business owner as well. What business do you have?
Well, it started out as Dene Sky Site Services in 2005.
Okay.
We're a heavy equipment site services contractor.
Okay.
And then about 4 years ago, I was approached by North American Construction Group.
Okay.
And they came in and we formed a partnership. So Dene Sky is kind of just a holding company now, and all of the operations are done in Dene North Site Services.
Okay.
So it enabled us to expand on what we initially succeeded on,
Yeah.
and then diversify into different services or larger scale projects, and then even this last few years, there's been a shift in the economy, so we diversed a little bit, and we're doing a lot of site support services as well now.
Okay.
Was something we probably were more primary heavy equipment. While we still do that,
Right.
we now have expanded into steam trucks and fuel and lube trucks, all in the mine and servicing all the big gear out at in the oil
Right.
sands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get into that industry?
It was, I took power engineering, and I went out to site, and I did that for a couple of years, and it just wasn't for me.
Right.
And I went home, my children were little, and I'm like, I need to do something from home. And there was a lot of work that time, so I started out just supplying laborers to the oil sands,
Okay.
and clients and stuff.
Right.
And so manpower, and then eventually they're like, oh, do you have a dozer? And I'm like, yep.
Okay.
And then I had to learn all about heavy equipment and,
Right.
And all the different sizes, and I did, and I've loved it ever since, I mean, there's a wide range of yellow iron, right from skid steers to dozers to graders, excavators, and rock trucks, and so it was a learning curve,
Yeah.
but I loved every part of it. So
That's amazing. It's funny when opportunity presents itself. Sometimes people would just say like, no, I don't have a dozer. And then
Yeah.
some people would say like, I'm willing to figure this one out. Yeah, give me a few days. I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, that's
Right
totally how it
on.
went. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so with this process, when you were approached by another entity to partner up with you, I'm fascinated by that. So I'm glad that like you're here so I can talk to you about that a little bit.
Yeah.
You're seeing that more and more in Fort McMurray now, where you have like Indigenous organizations partnering up with some of the bigger players in town. How does that process even begin? How does it start? And yeah.
Yeah, I think there's probably many different ways. Sometimes you're approached by them. I've also bid to them right on their projects, so they got to know me that way.
Right.
And we were very busy in that time, so I think we had a lot of visual happening. And so they came back, and it was probably 9 months of negotiating, and then we finally agreed and partnered up.
Right.
So it's been a whole new journey all over again, and
Yeah.
and learning things, from different viewpoints, right? So
Right. Right.
that continues to help me explore and expand.
Yeah.
Some people probably, I know NABA's been a great source. Like they have a lot of events where they can meet and greet with people. So I think some relationships form that way.
Right. Right.
And there's just so many different things and different ways you can do it to benefit both partners, right?
Right.
So,
Now, speaking of NABA, like we've never actually met to have a conversation before, but obviously, like if you're in Fort McMurray, you hear and you see one another every once in a while. You used to be very engaged in NABA in regards to, and I know you still are, and I know your company falls underneath it.
yeah.
But you used to be the president of NABA for a while. Is that not correct?
Vice president.
Vice president.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So, how did you get involved with NABA and play such a crucial role in regards to the decision-making process?
Well, when I first started out, it was really essential because we were able to go and meet oil producers and other contractors. And so as I joined them and then grew with them, and then I ran to be on the board, and I just wanted to try it out and see what it was like. And I've done a couple of different terms at different points in my career.
Okay.
So I just finished 3 years with them, and I love the organization.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to sit on a panel of some of the most, engaging Indigenous entrepreneurs, and
Right.
and just to meet everyone and be in that space. So
Okay.
we have an event coming up here soon, and
That's right.
we're looking forward to that. Be a little bit of in person
Yeah.
after all this last couple of years.
That's
so
right. That's
I'm
right.
excited for that.
Yeah, no doubt. Now you're doing something else. Obviously, you like to try new things and like push boundaries.
Yes.
So I've heard recently that you are running for something. What is that?
I am. I'm running for chief of Chippewa Prairie First Nation. That's my nation. And I've thought about it long and hard, on and off, over a year. And, I thought maybe not. And then I'm pretty busy as it is. But I also looked at it as a new challenge and a new opportunity. And I have a great staff of managers, and people are your best asset. So they're like, go for it. We support you. And so I'm going to give it my hardest try. I have a lot of great ideas
Yeah.
for the nation. And it would be super cool to be the first female chief, right?
Yeah.
Of our nation. So,
Yeah.
So I don't know. We've got a lot of great people running. So
Right.
And I'd be happy if any one of us got in. And but the whole experience is a journey, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
So now, in regards to that role in particular, if you were to win, what does that entail? I think there's a lot of individuals like myself who really don't know what being a chief really means. What's the job description? What are the responsibilities in that type of role?
Well, you're responsible for the health and well-being, in my opinion, of the nation. And the nation is the reserve settlement that we live on, and where we have our band office and the place where we grew up in our traditional lands.
Right.
But it also includes the off-reserve treaty people that belong to our nation.
Okay.
So we have a big list, and we have maybe a quarter of people living on reserve, and then 3/4 off reserve.
Okay.
So we have to think about the ones off reserve that are also getting educated and trying to start their own careers and have children and families, and so it's like encompassing both worlds, right? As even our nation diversifies, right, in 2 different worlds. So
That's right. That's right.
I think it'll be such a an interesting challenge. Like other things you will look after is revenue for the nation, right? Like you have to think about how you're going to run that nation and sustain it and make it flourish.
Right.
So a lot of that going back to Indigenous partnerships again, right? Like finding meaningful partnerships, you know, where it'll benefit the nation, it'll benefit the people.
Right.
And
right.
I really want to look at also, I feel in our nation, the private businesses got neglected in this downturn.
Okay.
And so I want to make them a priority, and like they should be partnering with the nation as well, right? So we all help one another, and it just becomes one big full circle.
There we go.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very
yeah.
cool. Well, listen, a little while ago, Tanner gave him the signal that he's ready with his question. So we have a segment here called the Mac City Minute.
Okay.
Tanner's going to ask you some questions. I don't know what they are, so I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Okay.
But before we get into the questions, we got to give a big shout out to NABA because they are the sponsor of this segment. So big shout out to NABA. Thank you very much. We do appreciate you. And like you've already mentioned, they have an event coming up. So please go onto their website and or their Facebook page to sign up for that awesome event. It's going to be virtual and in person. So a lot of fun. So thank you, NABA. On that note, Tanner, hit her with the Mac City Minute.
Alrighty, question number 1. What is your favorite part of running your own business within the community of Wood Buffalo?
Oh, it's got to be working with the people, you know, like the people are the biggest assets, and you know, there's so many different types of people and their knowledge and their experience, and grasping that and working with them, that's probably my favorite part. And also creating employment opportunities in and around the region.
Yeah.
Question number 2. What part of running your business was the biggest shock to yourself?
Oh, it would probably be, you had to learn so many different areas that you really weren't educated in, right? And like, especially the estimating and bidding, right? Like I had to learn how to do that all myself in the early days. You don't have the resources, so it's like, you know, just learning all the different, like health and safety, managing people, and building your business. So lots of different factors.
Question number 3. What is one thing that people would be surprised to learn your business does?
I would think maybe, we just opened up a new shop in Taganova, and it isn't really public yet. We're just moving in, and that is going to be a light fleet maintenance facility.
Awesome.
So we're going to be able to handle hundreds and hundreds of light vehicles and small equipment, and that is a brand new diversification that we are doing.
Very cool.
Question number 4. What is one thing about being chief that makes you want to make the run the most?
Oh, the most is my people. There's a lot of struggle going on in our community, and I just can't sit by and do nothing when I feel like I can go in and make a difference.
And your final question. What is one way you and your company like to give back to the community?
Well, we love giving to events, and one of my favorite one is one in our nation at Sequoia Youth Center, and it's a vital home, I guess, a safe place for all the kids to go, and they have crafts, and they do a lot of Indigenous, this week they were out doing a fish camp, and it's just been great. Like, they get a lot of traditional and land-based knowledge, and it's just a safe place for them to go. So that's one of my favorite. I love giving back to things like that.
And those have been your 5 questions.
Thank you.
There you go, Tanner. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Always killing it with those questions.
I try my best.
Yeah. So, at the top of the show, you mentioned that, like, your mom and a grandmother.
Yes, I am.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
How many grandchildren do you have?
I have 3 and 2 on the way.
2 on the way. Twins?
No, I have my son and his wife are expecting in May,
Okay.
and my daughter and her husband are expecting in June or July. Sorry.
That's going to be so fun.
Yeah, both boys.
Whoa. And do your children still live in like the Fort McMurray
They do.
region?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Those two that are born on the same at the same time are going to be best friends.
Oh yes, they'll be so close.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
going to grow up together, go to school together.
Yeah.
Okay, your family has like a little bit of a gang going on.
Oh yes, yes, yeah. And 4 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. So
Okay.
yeah.
She has no boys coming to talk to her.
Yeah,
Say,
no,
that's
she's
one
got no
safe
chance.
granddaughter.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. So, with yourself growing up in this community, raising children, and now being a grandparent, what are the things that you share with your family that are the same as when you grew up here?
Oh, definitely. We all love just our boreal forest, though it's been burnt a bit. But
Yeah.
we're always out on the land, hunting, fishing,
Right.
boating. Like you'll find us up the Athabasca or
Okay.
the Clearwater, Christina, and they all enjoy it, right? So
Oh, that's
we do
phenomenal.
a lot of that together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. And then you live south of the city, so there's tons of outdoor activities that you can do.
Yes.
Like just around the corner is the ski hill, Vista Ridge,
Yeah.
which is amazing. The amount of amenities that facility has now.
Oh, it's just fabulous. Like they've really expanded in the last few years, and
Yeah.
it's great to see. And it's nice when we live out there to have access to all of that
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah.
So,
So my background before getting into and starting a marketing company was human resources. So I'm always fascinated, especially nowadays, because I've been removed for about 5 years now from the oil and gas and the recruitment process. How do you find recruiting talent and staff now, especially during COVID? Because I know a lot of it was fly in, fly out before, and well, based on flying in, flying out, and provincial requirements, that's something that would be a bit of a challenge. How has that component of your business changed over the last few years?
oh, it's been definitely a challenge. You know, you kind of lose that ability to fly people in and out. We always look to hire local first.
Right.
So that's been something that we do all the time. But
Right.
even just finding people right now has been so difficult. Like
Yeah.
we have many open positions, and
Okay.
it's just been difficult to fill them all. So
Yeah, no doubt.
yeah.
So if anybody's watching the show right now and is
Yes.
looking for employment, how can they get in contact with your organization to apply for opportunities?
They can go to our website at denenorth.ca,
Okay.
and we have all of on the employment page, all of our positions, submit a resume, and it's actively watched. So
Okay.
that's probably the best way to
Yeah.
apply.
It's an interesting time where I do see a lot of companies, may it be oil and gas or even service industries, like you see that help wanted sign up and you see the posts online,
Yeah.
which is great, but then it's a hurdle to actually get those people. So yeah, it's Fort McMurray. It's all like, I remember I used to struggle to recruit people, and you had to literally, I would fly people from around the world to come here.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I was wondering, whenever I have a chance to talk to somebody who's in industry right now, I'm just like,
Well,
what's
I
that journey like?
I think what hurt us too was as we had the downturn in the economy, a lot of people left Fort McMurray, right?
That's right.
So we lost that influx of people as well.
That's right.
And so it's just another, we had to get people coming back again as our economy starts to build and
Yeah.
be a
Yeah.
part of our community,
For
right?
sure.
So,
Well, listen, Tanner tapped his watch, so that
Okay.
means we're at the end of our 20 minutes. That being said, before I cut you loose today, everybody gets a shameless shout out or plug. So you have the mic, the lights, and the cameras. Have fun.
oh, I'll give a shout out to my new fiance, Norman Payne, and I'm just so grateful for him, and he supports every journey that I travel on.
Okay, there we go. That's a
Yeah.
nice shout out, Norman. There you go. Well, thank you very much for coming today. Definitely appreciate it. If you ever want to come back, that spot is always open for you. So please feel free to come back again and again and again.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Well, for McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world, that's been another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. It does mean the world to me. Big shout out to our title sponsor, Noral Toyota, and to the Mac City Minute sponsor, NABA, for helping us keep the lights on. We really do appreciate your support. Other than that, I hope everybody's having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
What a deadly old way to end another morning show. Later, boys.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.